the Sugar City Morning Show. Muy buenos días y bienvenidos todos a esta edición del Sugar City Morning Show. Hoy es el 27, ya pasó mi birthday, y, y como si nada, 27 de agosto, y el sábado yo creo que es fin de mes. El domingo empezamos el mes de septiembre. Como el tiempo vuela. Y entonces septiembre se va a ir rapidísimo. Y porque una mucha pachanga nos hace dar la impresión de que el tiempo vuela aún más. Cuando estamos ocupados no nos damos cuenta de que, nos da la impresión de que el tiempo vuela rápidamente. Cuando no estamos ocupados y no hay tanto que hacer, por decir, entonces estamos ahí que espera, como viendo y esperando que rebose el agua en la cafetera. Y ya sabes que muchas veces te desesperas. Compañeros, muy buenos días. Un gran gusto saludarles. Muchas gracias por permitirnos entrar hasta sus hogares. En realidad es un privilegio. Muchas gracias. Se lo repito. Muchísimas gracias. Estamos transmitiendo en vivo desde Nortevisión, Canal 10, aquí en la avenida San Lorenzo. Y estamos transmitiendo por cable. Estamos en el canal 62 en Center, aquí en el norte. Y también me imagino que en otros números, en otros canales, por el resto del país. Porque estamos unidos a la red de proveedores nacional de cable. Así que nos pueden ver desde Corozal, obviamente Orange Walk, Ciudad Belice, Belmopan, Ladyville, claro, Hattieville, San Ignacio Santa Elena, Benque Viejo, también San José Socots, muy buenos días, Dangriga y también Punta Gorda. Un gran gusto saludarles a todos que nos ven hasta este momento, enviándoles saludos calurosos desde Orange Walk para todos ustedes. La gente de Orange Walk somos así, bien calurosos, bien amigables, y les enviamos los mejores saludos desde nuestros humildes hogares hasta ustedes. También estamos transmitiendo por aire. Es más, si es que no estás conectado al cable o recién te desconectaste por X razones o por tu área no hay cable, lo que sea la razón, puedes ver un canal y eso es Canal 10 y lo ves por aire. Es más, simplemente tienes que conseguir tu antenita, por decir, o dirigir el televisor hasta que captes la imagen de Canal 10. Esto es un servicio especial para la gente viviendo en el norte del país, completamente gratis para la gente que vive en el norte, Orange Walk y Corozal, pueblo y aldeas. No pagas absolutamente nada. Es un servicio traído a ustedes por esta estación de televisión y también nuestros patrocinadores que hacen posible esta transmisión. Y al final del segmento haremos mención de quiénes son los patrocinadores y tratemos también de apoyar a esta gente porque pues no tienen que hacerlo, no tienen que apoyar para que tú veas televisión. Es más, ese apoyo que tú les das es simplemente ir a comprar a sus tiendas o decirle muchas gracias porque en verdad cuesta bastante dinero hacer esto. Compañeros, muy buenos días. Son las 7:06. Como siempre, empezamos nuestro programa con una oración, porque hoy estamos vivos, porque hoy sucedió el milagro, porque hoy abrimos los ojos. Posiblemente que tengamos dolor aquí, que dolor acá, que dolor ahí, pero, hey, estamos vivos. Estuve platicando con un amigo el viernes pasado en la junta del tío y famosa reunión esa, y me dice, ¿estás orando? Le dije, claro que sí. estoy orando por mi condición, mi enfermedad. Y dice, y te está contestando. Y pensé y dije, no, al momento no, pero entonces me di cuenta, hey, ¿estás vivo? ¿Tienes salud? De una forma u otra, una cantidad de salud. ¿Tienes tu familia que te quiere? ¿Tienes amistades? ¿Tienes un trabajo? Así que dije, claro que sí, porque simplemente estar vivo estos días es una bendición. Y yo nunca pierdo una cosa, y eso se llama la esperanza de mejores tiempos. Y eso es lo que me impulsa para seguir adelante, porque estoy cierto que de una cosa, el amor de Dios que tiene para todos nosotros, y el hecho de que con ese amor pues siempre se logra todo. Compañeros, te pido que te unas conmigo por 2 minutos, a darle gracias a nuestro Creador. Como digo, no tienes que ponerle cara, simplemente reconocer un poder superior más fuerte que tú y que todos alrededor de ti. Por más Dios que tú te creas, o por más poderoso que tú te creas, no eres nada comparado con Él. Simplemente te pido que reconozcas un poder superior que le pone orden, que le da propósito a la vida. Porque si no hubiera eso, entonces, ¿qué estamos haciendo nosotros aquí? Ponte a pensarlo. Tiene que haber un Dios que creó todo por un propósito. Y si te sigues el escéptico de decir, bueno, ¿y quién es este? ¿Qué hace? ¿Quién lo hizo a él? Cerramos la discusión, porque entonces nadie puede contestar esas preguntas. Simplemente llega un tiempo cuando es importante creer, creer y creer. Padre, te doy las gracias por todas tus bendiciones, por la vida, por la salud, por las fuerzas, por todo lo que haces por nosotros, por nuestros familiares, nuestras amistades, nuestros compañeros de trabajo, por el empleo, por el bienestar. Gracias por todo. Gracias por las experiencias, gracias por la conciencia que nos das, que es el mejor regalo que pudiste habernos dado. A través de esa conciencia hablas con nosotros, nos diriges, nos inculcas un sentido de moralidad, un sentido de ética, un sentido de poder discernir entre el bien y el mal. Gracias, Padre. Te pido que nos continúes protegiendo, amando y caminando con nosotros durante todo el día. Te pido, Padre, como siempre, nunca olvidando a los enfermos, a las personas que están de una forma necesitada de ti, a esas personas que todavía no te han encontrado. Llega, tócales a las puertas, Padre, y que ellos reconozcan que nada más a través de ti que se logra la verdadera alegría y el verdadero amor. Padre, te pido como siempre también por los enfermos, los niños abandonados, por los abuelitos, los viejitos abandonados también. Te pido por todos nosotros que tenemos una necesidad u otra, que podamos, con tu ayuda, Padre, y con tu fortaleza, poder cruzar estos bloqueos y decir, gracias, Padre, por tu ayuda. Te pedimos todo esto en nombre de Jesús, tu Hijo, que vino a enseñarnos a vivir, a mostrar de que podemos hacerlo sin tener que estar lastimando a otras personas. Padre, te bendecimos, te glorificamos y te amamos siempre. Amén. If you've just joined us, thank you for joining me. If you've just joined us, it's 7:12. We'll just go direct to the general weather forecast. And for today, Tuesday, the 27th of August. Si estás cumpliendo años hoy, Te deseo todo lo mejor. Vamos a rápidamente ver quién está cumpliendo años hoy. Vamos de meticha ahorita. Eh, bueno, ¿y qué onda con esta cosa? Brenda Retana, cumpleaños hoy. Brenda cumpleaños hoy. Y, y también Naim Armstrong. Naim, papá. Jeff Fabricio Galindo y Esther Kawich. Conozco a todos ahí. Felicidades a todos. Mainly fair and warm weather conditions persist over the area. The 24-hour forecast says it's going to be sunny with a few cloudy spells today, partly cloudy tonight. Only isolated showers are expected to occur mainly over the north today and over the extreme south tonight. I'm hoping this is true. It's not that I'm doubting. It's just that people see me in the street and said, Manuel, you said it was going to rain, and you know what? It didn't. And I go like, I'm sorry, but I don't control the weather. I only read the forecast. But this happens more often than you think. The winds blowing from the east-southeast, 10 to 20 knots. The sea stayed moderate. The temperatures along the coast, 88 degrees Fahrenheit, 83 as a low, 88 as a high. Inland, 94 as a high and 76 as a low. In the hills, 85 degrees as a high and 70 degrees as a low. There are no advisories. And quickly going to the National Hurricane Center webpage, I can tell you that we're out of the we're not being challenged or faced with any imminent threats or dangers at the moment because Dorian is expected to go north, in other words, over the Hispaniola, Bahamas, and then on to the Florida peninsula, and maybe about the area, and hit maybe the area between, say, West Palm Beach and that area. So residents living in that area, please begin to, if you know of residents, family in that area, advise them to please begin the process of consolidating their personal belongings and to try to secure them, because it's going to be a hurricane, and I do believe it's going to be a medium strength hurricane. So with winds of up to perhaps 110 or more. But we are yet to see how much that is. That is going to be maybe until Saturday or Sunday before that happens. The outlook for tomorrow, Wednesday, and Wednesday night is for mainly fair and warm weather to prevail, with little or no rainfall expected. A high tide occurred this morning at 6:47, a low tide at 2:15 this afternoon, a second high tide at 8:40 tonight, and a second low tide at 1:20 tomorrow morning. The sun rose this morning at 5:38, and the sun sets today at 6:10. And the moon is setting at 4:02 this afternoon, and the moon is rising tomorrow morning at 3:36. Thank you, Angelia Guy, for this information. For some reason or the other, I have a problem with saying Guy, Angelia Guy. I do believe that the right pronunciation is Angelia Guy, G-U-Y. I may be wrong, but I think that's what it is. Buenos días. Ojalá y se encuentren bien. Este es el reporte del tiempo para hoy, martes 27 de agosto. La situación general dice, hoy tiempo seco, tiempo caluroso, y estas condiciones persisten sobre nuestra área. Para las siguientes 24 horas soleado con periodos de nubosidad hoy y parcialmente nublado por la noche. Vamos a ver chubascos aislados ocurriendo más sobre el norte del país hoy y luego el extremo sur hoy por la noche. Ojalá llueva aquí en el norte. Los vientos del este-sudeste, 10 a 20 nudos, el estado del mar moderado, temperaturas por la costa 88 con una máxima y 83 con una mínima, interior 94 y 76 con una mínima, en las colinas 85 con una máxima y 70 con una mínima. No hay advertencias y como dije en inglés, Tropical Storm Dorian, porque todavía es una tormenta tropical, se espera que se desarrolle en huracán y que vaya sobre Puerto Rico, Hispaniola, que es la República Dominicana, parte de Haití, y luego sobre las Bahamas, y luego entonces encontrarse con la península de la Florida, en el área de West Palm Beach, o algo por ahí fluctúa. Pero nada para Belice, al momento absolutamente nada. Vamos nosotros a tener un efecto, sin embargo, de esto. Vamos a dar cuenta de que porque la tormenta o el huracán circula en contra del reloj, es más, es un sistema de baja presión. En el hemisferio norte, los sistemas de baja presión circulan contra el reloj. Si estás en el hemisferio del sur, funciona al contrario. Pero estando aquí en el hemisferio del norte, el ciclón funciona, que es una baja presión, contra el reloj. Entonces, si lo posiciona sobre la Florida, va a estar trayendo vientos del norte-noreste hacia nosotros. Y va entonces a reducir la temperatura unos grados. Vamos a estar teniendo mañanas frescas y quizás un poquito de lluvia el jueves o el viernes. Una marea que se espera para mañana miércoles y miércoles por la noche. Buen tiempo con calor. No se espera nada de lluvia para mañana. Una marea alta a las 6:47, una baja a las 2:15, y voy a regresar ahorita sobre lo que te dije de la lluvia. Eso va a ser más luego. Otra alta a las 8:40 y otra baja a la 1:20 mañana. El sol sale hoy a las 5:38 y el sol se oculta a las 6:10. La luna primero se oculta a las 4:02 y sale a las 3:36 por la madrugada. Ahora, regresando a lo que dije, que el efecto que tendremos del huracán es simple. Viendo aquí al homepage del National Meteorological Service, estamos viendo de que miércoles es calor, pero jueves también bastante calor, pero viernes dice chubascos aislados, offshore during the day and mainland in the night, así que va a llover por la noche, y la temperatura sube hasta 96, pero baja a 70 grados por la noche, por la lluvia obviamente. Y es un invitado para hoy, no se vayan, vamos a estar de vuelta.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multi-purpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
On Wednesday, May 8th, Belizeans soundly decided to take the unfounded Guatemalan claim to the International Court of Justice, the ICJ. According to the special agreement, this is what happens next. 1. By June 8th, 2019, the government of Belize will submit the 2008 special agreement to the ICJ. Guatemala has already done so since their referendum was held in 2018. This will give the ICJ official authority to hear the dispute and to deliver a final binding result. The ICJ will then prepare a notice of when the trial will commence. 2. Next, Guatemala will have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to submit their case to the ICJ. 3. Belize will then have up to 1 year, that's 12 months, to respond to Guatemala's submission. 4. From there, Guatemala will be given up to 6 months to reply to our arguments, and 5. Belize will then have up to 6 months thereafter to reply to Guatemala's response. 6. After the period of written arguments ends, the ICJ may allow additional pleadings, including oral arguments, and would set deadlines for those. 7. Once the timeline for arguments has ended, the ICJ will deliberate and make a ruling in accordance with the instructions and authorities granted to them by Belize and Guatemala, as per the 2008 Special Agreement. 8. After the ICJ's ruling is delivered, Belize and Guatemala will have 3 months to establish a joint commission to physically demarcate the boundaries between the two countries in accordance with the ICJ's ruling. The entire process will take no less than 4 years and can be as many as 6 years. This ICJ process will bring a final end to this long-standing Belize-Guatemala dispute. Belize and Guatemala will be able to put old divisions and antagonisms behind us and ensure that peace, development, and cooperation prevail.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities.
Garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of Environment just to try help we take care of the we environment.
So all of that? Well, know that to put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's that, 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Everyone needs a getaway. Why not make it in your own backyard? Learn the history of your old capital. Or venture out on a road trip to experience the village life and be captivated by nature's wildlife, culture, and food. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. It's exactly 29 minutes after 7 o'clock. A beautiful morning here in Orange Rock, and I'm hoping that is just as beautiful wherever you are. Please join me this morning in saying good morning and welcome to our very good friends. First, to my left, Mr. Ruben Campos. Good morning, Ruben.
Good morning, Manuel.
Welcome
Good
to
morning.
the show.
Thank you. Good
and
morning.
two to my left, let's say good morning and welcome to Mr. Robert Checky Usher. Good morning, Checky.
Good morning, Mr. Martinez. Good morning,
Thank you.
Good morning,
Thank you
good
very
morning.
much for the mist. Huh?
I think I may shake it too right here. I said, look, I feel blessed.
Well, I
Good
feel
morning.
blessed this morning because I'm here with two of my great friends, you know, from way back, and we still remain friends.
Yeah.
Things might be up and down sometime, but the friendship is much larger than any challenge that comes. That's the way I take it when it comes to my friends.
Well, you know, I feel very honored also to have the invitation. This is your guys' show, and Emmanuel hosts this every day. Get up soon in the morning. I know some mornings you want to stay on a sheet and sleep on the extra hour, but commitment.
It's called commitment and responsibility.
And I'm pretty sure, just like everybody else, some mornings you need got time for a cup of coffee, or you need taxi or something.
I have managed. Let me take Sam out to pick up somebody who I'd like to say that. This morning, I left home at 10 minutes to 6.
Wow.
Really?
I walk all the way to the hospital area, and I sit by a little place called Gabby's Fast Food. And I'm a big up Gabby right now. I think her waffles are beautiful, delicious.
You think?
And I know.
Okay.
And the coffee is good, and everything else is good. Hey, visit Gabby's.
Yeah, but guys, like sitting here this morning, RC, it takes me back to lots of great memories this morning when we were talking about the Martinez family. There with the late great Fred and Raul. Myself, RC1 and Letito, we used to team up with Raul and all over this district, right, from San Roman to Guinea Grass, all over the place. And I remember with the initiation of what they call Fiestarama today, but the original was the Musicarama. I can always remember one time RC1 was the representative for Orange Walk North when this idea came up, and also the San Roman Day was initiated at that time. When we were doing this fundraising there at Trial Farm Park, RC1 said, okay guys, we will do it, you will have the music, but guess what? All my villages will be coming in, one will sell escabeche, one will sell relleno, and it was a great, great thing, man. We really had fun, RC, and those memories, I like to thank you for that as well.
Well, not thank me.
Carry way back to
you carry me way back there, and you make a reflect on a lot of things, and of course, close to our heart, particularly my heart in the political field, the late Fred Martinez, who was the person behind coordinating the logistics, the voters list, and everything.
And my father, my
so,
father's death anniversary was just yesterday, 35 years since his death.
May he rest in peace, and we sadly missed. It's something that you live with. It's in the back of your mind, and you need to go. And then the late Raul, the TV man. In those days, got edit nothing, everything a roll back cut, go forward, roll back, go back, and such. And I remember when set me up to, Chucky. I remember when we got
set up Ruben.
Yes, boy.
Tell me, Ruben.
Here what they go on. Them boy, me so keen on having the perfect shot. So when they go down San Roman Village, and they got a bridge. So they come up with this idea. They say, well, the picture are good if they will catch picture after the bridge. I said, look, just the way I did. He said, yeah, because it looked more real. I said, but if you go in there and you miss the shot, I come out and wet up, you can't repeat. So they said, don't worry, man. We are set up, so they got on the east side of the bridge, then they set up the tripod. And then the brother Raul said, no, this doesn't work. So he put it on his shoulder and go. He said, Negro, make a check the lens. He goes, so, and he goes, so. And he said, guess what? You have to time your jump. He said, when I say go, it's because you can't. You can't already, okay? So I gone and I say, all right, I check in the director in the back there. Now, I don't know if one here is one and one here is one. So I have to coordinate my hearing. So here I go up on the bridge, and then Letito also made it there. Letito, well, he's the graphics man, and he always has this saying, in the eyes of Minolta, that's the camera.
Yeah.
In the eyes of Minolta, that's that for him quotation. So again, there, I said, well, we're talking about San Roman Day. The first San Roman Day, he said, welcome to San Roman, beautiful San Roman, the river to swim and everything. And here I go con zapato y todo. Big in there. And you know what, boy? And you know what? Raul got the shot.
It was a good shot.
He got the shot. He got the shot. So when I come out there, I feel refreshed. And I could say, you know what? For true, the water really nice. We could take out, eat, drink. So, but those are part of the historic take you back, Yeah. And then with Musicarama, I remember also when we had The late Edison Coleman.
Yeah, Severino.
Severino Coleman.
And
Severino
Brian Mosiah,
Coleman.
remember?
And Brian was
First
there.
time.
As a matter of fact, if you listen to SCRS, you're listening to SCRS.
Yeah.
That was Mosiah, Brian's voice at that time. And then you had also right there a slim person with a white Lee t-shirt, you know, a light Lee t-shirt. They stand up right there. They come in and he was invited, you know. And now he's a national hero. May he rest in peace. The late Andy Palacio.
Oh, really?
He was there
First time.
the first time, you know. So we had a operation there that was people focused. It wasn't commercialized like it is today. Right now they convert it into business. In those days it was people focused. We have always been people focused, and that is the distinction between us today and what's happening today. Everything, and in part of it was that the villages would be participating individually. In other words, whatever you do best. So si tú eres la aldea que hace tamales, your people would make the tamales and such, and we not charge for no tamasuka, no everything at tamasuka.
And everybody sell out.
And they have to come and make their
I
own.
wonder if people know what the word tamasuka is right now. It's very simple as stall, but it's a word that I don't know the origin. If it's whatever it is, tamasuka sounds Japanese to me. You know, tamasuka.
And the husbands of the wives that were cooking, they came from the villages and do their own style, you know.
Yes,
That
man.
time RC1 has these young guys from Trial Farm, Kokosine, rest in peace.
Yes.
All of the young boys that time, the late great Jack was there, Jerry, everybody. And that night, Trial Farm looked like Hollywood that night, man, because traffic was jam and people were jamming and everything was free.
And imagine a football field. A football field was so full of vehicles you couldn't park nowhere.
Yep.
Because it was a people's thing. We got the idea from the people, you know, and people.
Y se vendió todo.
Todo. Everything was sold out because you never have two or nothing. You know, like then days you have certain events and everybody got things. So if I eat here, I don't eat there. Right there, these are the tamales style. These are the escabeche style. These are the relleno style. These are the pibil style. And these are the rice and beans style. These are the white rice and stew beans style. This is the one with the gibnut. This one that with the how you call it again?
Fried fish and cereal.
So yeah, you had the fish from Rio Hondo, you had panares. So everybody had something new. So when you go wrong, you don't say, well, I'm not going there, man. No, you have to go because I leave it at everything. And there was discipline. And everybody sell out, you know. And then, you know, nowadays you go one bar. You go one soft drink style. No, we believe in trust. So every style I got things, and so when you're done, you carry it back. So it was self-contained, so and entertainment. So every village had to present something, you know, present something. And then there's, you know, got uniforms, you know, got them pretty uniforms and things and so that you have today. But
you also did some Musicarama shirts, RC.
Yeah, there was some Musicarama shirts.
The closest, if I can recall, that we've gotten to something like that is the Davco Village Fair.
Yeah, but
that's a small scale.
That extremely small scale in compared to what the production was, because we had the Tito, who, you know, and Shakira Charge and the musical things. We had Brother Grant, the young boy.
Oh yeah,
Greg. I remember Greg. No, Greg.
Makize.
Yeah, no, them boy take one tin a clim, you know, turn it upside down. And two chilib, you know what a chilib? Two piece of stick. And then they right there, then they on the stage, you know. And they play the music, and you wouldn't believe the rhythm that these young people at the time had, you know. So they had no fancy drum, you know. Two empty tin, two lead stick, and they beat out there, and then they have fun. The thing is that it was fun, you know, and everybody wrong. The place made a dance, and, you know, and we had a women's group, youth group. And
everything was working fine, man.
You know, you really send me to.
I'm sure you feel a lot of nostalgia towards
and I tell you, that is happiness, you know. Yes, that is
fulfillment.
That is happiness, you know, because you do things for the people, and the people appreciated what you did for them, you know, because they were involved. You know, you need to involve people, get people involved, you know, and I have great memories. I can recall some very Splendicious moments, why? You had for package it in a wali.
If you can recall or see, the San Romande was held on the
1st of May,
which is John's birthday as well.
Yes.
And I know that you had to do a delivery speech at the People's Stadium when the Belize Workers Union used to have their activity there. And right after that, we moved to San Roman. Can you recall what did ever happen to the San Romande?
Well, to begin with, I'll tell you that the union had always been close to my heart because I believe self-expression is very vital to growth and development. And the United General Workers Union at the time was one of the greatest unions, and I was very proud to have been an officer also as well, and with respect to the union. And I still have that love for unions because it's important, and we need to keep focused that as partners in national development that we don't get sidetracked into political things and such now. But San Romande was on the 1st of May, and we had a meeting. I can recall the meeting. You guys were there, and the people, first of all, we had to do a clean-up day, Manuel. Fahina.
Yeah.
Everybody got together and clean up, actually sweep the streets and clean the riverside, and we dumped the
and people actually came out.
Yes,
although you didn't have to actually take out a whip and
no. People come out, clean up the place and the riverside may look like Miami Beach.
So my question is, why is it that today we can't do that? Is it because we don't have the correct stimulus?
Well, again, I believe times change, and the most of the foundation of these communities, the good Lord has called them, and we have to recognize that in those days the family ties was much greater. Everything was family, papa and mama, and tatito and chichi. Mess with tatito and chichi. If they don't give you blessing, you're not going away. You understand? So the family tie was much more coherent in those days, and everybody cooperated.
We have to acknowledge Mandito or see fix up the riverside.
Exactly. And then you had bicycle race, you had dance, you had the time Radio Belize. We carried Radio Belize way back then.
Water sports.
Yes, water sports, boat rides, canoe races.
And the time everybody want to go to San Romande.
Then.
Yes, man. And I tell you, San Romande, the Poli Bridge, we have to take it with.
Yes.
Serious? So there are beautiful moments in Orange Walk North and in the district as a whole, because in those days we were all family. We're still family, but what happens with modernization and the transformation of culture, character, and attitude? People, they leave the community to go. They study, they go outside. They live in Belize, Belmopan. Some outside, out of the country. They have improved their lives. And so those are nostalgic moments that you laugh, you enjoy, and it gives you a fulfillment of what it's like working with people to people.
Yeah. Now, RC1, we are moving closely into the September celebration, and we know one big event for the party, the United Democratic Party, will be held this Sunday at the brand new City Center in Belize City. Talk to us about this event.
Yes, what will be happening there, you can check your Facebook page, those of you who want to check it. The Honorable Patrick Farber will be having his program officially being sworn in as the official standard bearer or candidate for the Collet Division.
That's the area he represents,
Yes,
right?
the Collet Division, the area he represents, and he has also indicated, if you watch social media and the activities that are transpiring, that he will use the occasion also to declare his candidacy for party leader of the United Democratic Party.
Okay.
And if you watch the Facebook pages, you will see that he has activities planned for the morning, and the ceremonies will be at 1:30 in the afternoon. That's this
Sunday.
This Sunday in Belize City, and he has indicated that no matter who UDPs, you're invited. And he's also inviting all the standard bearers and officials of the party, and he has said, well, you're all invited because we are one UDP family, and that no mean because you go there you have to support him either. But
So
you
that
know,
is
you
not a
have-
Patrick Faber, like not necessarily only a Patrick Faber function. That's a UDP function.
Yes,
right?
it's a party function.
Yeah,
It's
party
a
function.
party function.
Well, it behooves him not to want to be exclusive, but rather inclusive. Of
Right.
everybody.
Well,
It
yes,
behooves him.
of course, and so he is the current deputy party leader, and he is the current deputy prime minister. So, and he is fulfilling his role in that activity, and you know, he has set out invitations for that to invite people, and you know, as a party, you know, you should go. You know, I got invited. I'm going.
Has
If God
the
so wills, no.
has the other person, Mr. John Saldiva, has he made
Or any other person.
similar announcement?
Well, not so far as I know. I know that when we look at the social media, we see that the Honorable John Saldiva is forming this Women's Brigade project, you know, the Women's Brigade for him, and so these things. So they're engaged. But one of the good things that I observe in this convention, as in contrast to other conventions, the two of them, we sit down and we talk and say, look, we're going, and the delegates will decide, and we know one away will win.
So there's no animosity between
Exactly.
them. And as far as they're concerned, let the best man win.
Yes, and it's a party internal party process. It's the UDPs will be determining this thing. So it's very interesting, and certainly it will continue to show excitement and mobility for the United Democratic Party. At the same time, we must also inform Chucky that the UDP has publicly put out its invitation for those who wish to apply for the positions of party leader, first deputy leader, second deputy leader, national party chairman, and vice chairperson. So these 5 posts are up for nomination. So and the dates for that they make.
Is it February 10th?
Yeah. No, it will. The convention will be on February 9th.
Okay.
On February 9th, and then the deadline will be Friday, October 25th, at 5 p.m. Yes, on Friday, October 25th at 5 p.m.
That is
That's
barely 2 months
deadline
from now.
That's a deadline for those who want
So
to.
August, September, September,
submit.
October.
Right. So, you know, you have to give due notice to your party supporters. And the United Democratic Party has so done, and we will wait for those days and see who have submitted the applications. You know?
RCM, what we are seeing here, the Honorable Patrick Faber, his theme for the campaign is the path to the future. And it says that in 2020, Minister Faber looks forward to accomplish his goal, which is to become the next leader of the United Democratic Party and the next Prime Minister of Belize. He's a visionary leader, the best Minister of Education we have had. So his theme is the path to the future.
Yes, that's what he has up there, yes.
Yeah. So you say that about the deadline, but what are the positions that persons interested to apply for the party? What are the positions that they need to apply for?
I'll mention them once again. The party leader, first deputy party leader, second deputy, national party chairman, and vice chairperson.
These
Those are
positions,
typically 5.
Yes, five positions. Yes.
And we won't have any more.
No, all other officers are appointed.
Are
appointed by the leader, and confirmed by the central executive.
so all these positions are positions that will be contested, the 5 that you mentioned.
Well, I do not know if there will be all will be contested. We know that the leader. We don't know who will be applying for first deputy, second deputy.
Would you like to see, Mr. Campos, would you like to see more elected officials and less nominated? In other words, would you like to see an elected Secretary General?
Well, it's a matter of internal party politics. So the party feels it's best to have an organization that will function. And remember, team building is that you need to give the leaders the opportunity to be able to build a team to work with so that you can execute. Nevertheless, there are some who have the opinion that it could be. But again, the way the Constitution is right now, those are the only 5 posts that are contested.
Okay. Well, actually, I can see through the idea of having it nominated, because obviously to ensure the continuity of good performance and the termination of bad performance. If you have a person who is so trustworthy and so damn good in his or her job, then you'd like to keep that person as Secretary General.
True. Yes.
However, if for some reason or the other people vote for somebody else because he's more popular, less trustworthy but more popular, then that person goes in and does a wreck with the system. So which one do you want, a popular one or a trustworthy Secretary General? So questions that you need to ask yourself. At the end of the day, I just want to ask you if has it been considered, but I think at the end of the day, good sense is prevailing, good common sense is prevailing, and they're only limiting the elections to those 5 positions.
Yes, and I must state categorically that we have had excellent Secretary Generals. You know, Kenworth Tillett was one. We had the late Miss Philippa Bailey. Miss Philippa Bailey. And now we have Miss Pearl Stewart, who is managing that secretariat with style, with class, with know-how, and the secretariat has been restructured, reorganized, and functioning. So is
Miss Pearl a Bowman originally?
I'm not too sure. You know,
I think so.
I don't get into the personal background of individuals, but as a Secretary General, as you mentioned, she's been performing extremely well. And she's a person that listens. She's a hands-on person, and she's a person that gets along with everybody. You know, she's a no-nonsense lady too. You know, she knows what to do.
I know her.
Yes.
Yeah, and I remember I went to see someone at the office 2 weeks ago, and I was talking to this person, and I believe she's one of Miss Pearl's secretary or something. But she came outside and said, "Can I please borrow Everly just for a little second?" You know? I tell her, "She's yours." You know, I said, "No, I just want borrow a little second, man. It'll come back right now."
Everly, yeah, Everly. Okay, Everly. She's Everly Skeen. She's the Deputy Secretary General. Yeah, she's been as that, and she helps a lot. You know, and again, when there are positions and you have your team, you have individuals who do different things. You know.
Yeah.
So
I remember my brother was chairman of the party.
Yes, he was. Yes.
Yeah. Well, on this opener, guys, let's take a little break. And when we come back, we'll continue the discussion.
Let's take that break, and we'll be right back with more. We're going to go into some political chat right here. Let's take that break, and we'll be right back.
Clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el... ¿Balancín? Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
The Philip Goldson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Goldson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking, plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Son las 7:57 minutos escasos, 3 minutos antes de las 8 de la mañana. De nuevo presentándoles al señor Rubén Campos y al señor Chequi, que está conmigo hoy por la mañana. Y estamos hablando tantito de política. Invitamos al señor Rubén porque él es una de las personas que pues ha estado envuelto en lo que es el ámbito político por muchos años y tiene la experiencia. Y por eso es que nos gusta tenerlo aquí, porque cuando estamos en duda de cualquier cosa, él nos lo aclara. Bienvenido de vuelta, señor Rubén.
Gracias, Emanuel. Gracias.
Hemos estado hablando acerca de lo que es no digo pleito, no, pero es lo que sucederá tan pronto en febrero. Perdón, es febrero.
Sí.
Febrero. Y antes que lleguemos a la siguiente elecciones generales que se supone que serán, que se llevarán a cabo en octubre, noviembre del siguiente año, ambos partidos tienen que pasar por un proceso según sus constituciones, tienen que pasar por un proceso de escoger un liderazgo. Ahora, el Partido Unido Democrático ha anunciado públicamente de que, puesto que el señor Dean Barrow, ya con su edad y con su estado físico bastante deteriorado, especialmente con su espalda, que le está dando muchísimo problema, entonces él no se postula para líder del partido, y obviamente tenemos que encontrar o nombrar elegir otro líder, pero también hay la oportunidad de elegir el segundo y el tercero en comando y también el chairman del partido, etcétera, etcétera. Esto se llevará el 9 de febrero. ¿9 de febrero?
Sí, el 9 de febrero.
El 9 de febrero el otro año. Y obviamente ya empezaron lo que son las campañas. Porque hasta el momento una persona se ha declarado abiertamente a correr para la posición del líder del partido. Y esta persona es el señor Patrick Faber. Ahora, no estoy diciendo de que solo él está corriendo. Hasta el momento solo él ha anunciado. Me imagino de que otras personas también van a anunciarse tan pronto antes del 25 de octubre. Dijiste, ¿verdad? Así que tenemos 2 meses y hay que verlos con mucho detenimiento y estudiar cuáles son las personas que están postulándose para líder y para vicelíder y tercero en comando, etcétera, etcétera. Estas personas son los que van a liderar el partido para las siguientes elecciones. Al momento, como dije, solo una persona se ha declarado abierto.
Con permiso, quisiera hacer una aclaración, Emanuel. 2 se han declarado. Jan Saldivar y Patrick Faber. Lo que está sucediendo es de que el honorable Patrick Faber va a tener su función de declaramiento oficial porque va a tener la confirmación de su candidatura como representante de su división College Division. Así va a tomar la ocasión el domingo para presentarle al público, mira, estoy informando oficialmente que voy a participar para el liderazgo del partido, pero se ha declarado oficialmente también. Pero ¿cuándo es oficialmente? Cuando las aplicaciones ya están sometidas en la oficina de la Secretaría General del partido en la ciudad de Belice, que igualmente que has mencionado va a ser el 25 de octubre a las 5 de la tarde del año presente. Así de que después de las 5 vamos a ver quién todos pusieron su aplicación para líder, primer vicelíder, segundo líder, chairperson y asistente chairperson. 5 posiciones. Así de que,
5 posiciones
sí, pero él está haciendo su declaración en su convención a la división y está invitando a todo miembro del UDP. Es una función partidista interior. Pero sí, el honorable Jan Saldivar ha formalmente declarado su interés.
Ok, pues no sabía esa porción de que ya se declaró. Así
claro que sí.
Felicidades, John, también por declararte y vamos a ver quién gana finalmente, quién esté mejor organizado, que es algo que andamos buscando en un líder, ¿no? Buena organización, buena capacidad.
Y por eso el 25 es muy interesante, porque esos son los 2 declarados ahorita. No sabemos quién además va a poner su aplicación. ¿Es posible? ¿Hay posibilidad? ¿Hay posibilidad?
¿Esperas tú que suceda que más de 2 personas?
Bueno, esa especulación. Vamos a ver el 25 y te voy a decir quién aplicaron.
Okay, así que a este momento no estás dispuesto a decir.
No es que no estoy dispuesto. Yo no sé quién va a aplicar, quién tiene el interés. Y en la política dicen, primero, tienes que querer. Segundo, tienes que declarar. Tercero, aplicar y formalizar. Así que hasta el momento, ahí sí, oye, pero probablemente en las semanas que vienen o meses antes de febrero podemos escuchar quién va a ser los interesados para First Deputy y Second Deputy.
Te hago una pregunta. Separando el tema de liderazgo, ¿el chairman puede seguir siendo la misma persona?
Sí, puede seguir.
Pero siempre tiene que aplicar.
Pero tiene que aplicar. No, otros pueden aplicar también si alguien piensa que, bueno.
Así que el señor Alberto puede aplicar para continuar siendo, y si lo gana, y acabó.
Sí, y si hay otro interesado también puede aplicar. Para cualquier posición puede aplicar.
No, la pregunta simplemente es si es que hay limitaciones.
No. Y también la otra aclaración con el primer ministro. Sabemos que sí tiene atención médica, pero durante su periodo se amendó la Constitución en la Asamblea Nacional que solo puede ser 3 periodos. Y Porque la ley en la Asamblea Nacional dice que no puede ser primer ministro otra vez, no puede participar.
Right.
Y simplemente, pero eso no quiere decir
y él mismo introdujo esa ley.
Precisamente para que la gente tenga la oportunidad, la Asamblea Nacional, para dirigir que va a querer como un nuevo líder y nuevo primer ministro. Así de que él ha comprobado que la democracia sí puede existir porque lo ha hecho personalmente. Así de que la democracia está funcionando. Pero políticamente, ¿qué pregunta se hace el día de hoy? Aparte de hablar de liderazgo, la pregunta es, ¿tenemos democracia? ¿Estamos practicando democracia o se está perdiendo la democracia? Esas son discusiones públicas que tenemos que revisar cómo el actitud y carácter de elecciones están yendo, ¿no? Eso es algo que se va a estudiar y porque ya hay factores que uno tiene que hacer ajustes políticos.
Arci, para esa función el domingo, ¿eso solo es para la gente de Ciudad de Belice?
No, cualquier representante, como mencionó el honorable Patrick Fava, no porque vas ahí como representante, porque él es miembro del gabinete y por supuesto invita a todos, y no porque vas allá quiere decir que lo vas a apoyar, pero es una actitud positiva para invitar a todos.
Ya, pero también la gente puede ir a pasear porque va a haber música, va a haber bastante
entrenamiento, todo, sí, pues sí, la invitación lo ha hecho, sí.
Y todo es gratis.
Precisamente. es una invitación, es un evento de collective vision, okay? Right. It's a collective vision activity in which he will be endorsed officially as a candidate for the collective vision.
Yeah. Now, RC, as we move into the conventions, how you see the timing between the convention for the United Democratic Party for all these very important positions leading up to the 2020 election, which is not too far away from the convention?
Well, let's put it this way. Those who have shown the interest, Patrick Farber and John Saldiva, they're known to the people. They're two cabinet ministers. So it's a matter of who goes out and which people balancing how they view the political atmosphere for 2020 and beyond.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Aló, buenos días, José.
Buenos días.
Aquí estoy hablando de Agapa Enrique. Mire, ve, estoy hablando de ese raitado de los 90 millones. ¿Es para todo el país entero, para todos los landowners, o solo un poquito landowners?
¿Cómo?
¿Me entiendes? Porque yo tengo 61 acres de property de unos poquitos de tax ahí. No sé si se me van a hacer raitado o no caigo en ese.
Bueno, honestamente quiero contestarle honestamente. Mañana es miércoles, ¿verdad? Entiendo que mañana en Wave Radio estará representantes del Ministerio de Recursos Naturales, el ministerio que ha pronunciado este nuevo formato de amnistía. Así de que no tengo suficiente información presentemente para decirle si cae o no, pero mañana en Wave Radio y TV estarán representantes de Natural Resources, donde puede escuchar y puede llamar también para hacer su pregunta, ¿no? Pero vamos a hacer toda la lucha para conseguir mayor información para poder comentar apropiadamente.
¿De qué programa está hablando el señor?
An amnesty of land, arrear land taxes. So I have not really gone into the whole details and to get the rationale, and that will be explained tomorrow on Wave TV and Wave Radio. I understand that some members of the Lands Department will be on to discuss how this came about and who will be affected, and it's a good opportunity for people to listen and ask their questions.
So if you own property,
yeah,
and you haven't been paying land taxes on it.
Your arrears, I think the amnesty is on the arrears.
That's exactly my point.
See.
That you haven't been paid taxes means that you have arrears.
Yes.
Okay, and you haven't been paying your taxes and arrears have accumulated, then up to a short time, you are being given amnesty. In other words, those arrears
exactly.
will
Pay your taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Pay your taxes and the interest. Well, I am sure that the amnesty means forgiveness, that you will not have to pay the and if it's across the board, it's for everybody.
Yeah.
But I really don't want to answer that specific question until I get the details, because he asked about his
Vamos
farmland.
a tener más información
Sí.
al respecto mañana, cuando esté en una entrevista los oficiales del ministerio, que van a estar hablando más al respecto. Así que esperemos tantito para poder escuchar eso y darles más información.
Sí.
Pero yo sí...
No quiero
creo que
agradecer
es
la
buena.
pregunta, porque es una buena pregunta de que particularmente los campesinos que tienen sus campos quieren escuchar. Y vamos a conseguir la información y la explicación, y si Dios permite estaremos aquí para darle ese mayor informe. Y gracias por llamar, porque son cosas que sí se deben de discutir y darle la información apropiada.
When it comes nationally, RC, we have the Honorable Manuel Heredia in the Belize Rural South area. We have the Honorable John Saldiva in Belmopan. We have Honorable Rene Montero Figueroa in the west. Also, Aaron Concheras. We have Papa there in the south. How we are looking nationally when it comes to the party, getting ready to take us into the 2020 election and get ready to form the next government of Belize once again?
Well, the United Democratic Party is a party that examines elections from election to election, and the party is preparing its plan for 2020. Its organization for 2020. The data collected is already there, and the United Democratic Party, with all the wonderful achievements that it has done, but as I mentioned earlier in another show, we just don't tell the people, and the United Democratic Party will be ready in 2020 to form the government for the fourth term.
Okay, I have some information.
And the reason I was mentioning about our achievements, I bring it locally, and I do it respectfully, because take for example in San Jose, where it's a hotly contested political thing between PUP and UDP. You have the village council who is having meetings at the San Jose multipurpose complex. Now, they want to control, which is, the management, the law says they have management over that. They have management over the sporting things and such for and on behalf of the people.
Right.
But what is curious about that they are saying, well, we want to control the keys. Somebody said and change locks and fighting for what? For a multipurpose complex that the UDP did, that was supported and fought for by the Honorable Gaspar Vega. I understand there's a difficulty in the football field where the village council, I believe the chair lady and the village council want to charge a certain amount for lights and everything in San Jose, when with the Honorable Gaspar Vega and the UDP say, look, you must assist the young people, so if they want to start charging young people now, imagine what they will do later. So, those are lively examples.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Good morning, sir. Buenos días, amigos. ¿Cómo se encuentran ahí en Canal 10?
Okay, muy buenos días, señor.
Muchas preguntas hay para el ex-ministro Rubén Campos, ya que según ustedes dicen que tiene experiencia en política. Pues ahí van las preguntas. Como ciudadano debo de preguntar. Según entiendo yo, primero dijo Martínez que era solo uno, que era Patricio Faber. Luego lo corrigió Campos en decir que es Jan Saldívar, el segundo, que ya postuló su nombre para correr de líder del partido UDP. Ahora a usted, señor Rubén Campos, ¿cuál de los dos candidatos que se han postulado hasta estos momentos cree usted, según su experiencia política, puede formar el gobierno del país de Belice? Debemos de recordar que en la elección pasada el muy honorable Dean Oliver Barrow, primer ministro actual de Belice, le rezó a la nación beliceña, antes que sea electo él y su gobierno, que no iba a tolerar nada de corrupción. ¿Y qué ha pasado ahora? El pueblo es testigo de todo eso. Yo creo, según mi ideología, que va a ser una elección bien cerca va a ser la elección. Va a ser una elección bien contestada y el partido que gane va a ser por pocas sillas, 2 o 3 sillas. Eso es mi humilde opinión. Muchísimas gracias. Buen día.
Buen día, señor. Gracias. No, su comentario es muy apreciado, señor. Y quiero indicarle de que sí hay 2 personas que han indicado su interés para el liderazgo del partido. Lo que Emmanuel estaba indicando es de que públicamente, oficialmente, va a haber una ceremonia el domingo donde el señor Patrick Faber, que se está postulando como candidato para su división, College Division, que va a usar esta plataforma para hacer su anuncio públicamente su interés. Pero sabemos desde hace el año pasado tiempo que los 2 ministros han indicado su interés de participar. Así que queremos aclarar eso. No es de corregir, sino de que poner en forma de entender por qué está sucediendo esto ahorita. Porque tiene su convención y quiere anunciarlo a su división. Mire, que estoy interesado, vamos a ir. El señor John Saliva ha hecho igual en Belmopan, solo que no lo ha formalizado en forma. Pero la fecha es el 25 de octubre, donde vamos a saber oficialmente quiénes han dirigido su aplicación al partido en la Secretaría General en la ciudad de Belice. Así es donde vamos. En sus otros temas de cómo va a estar la elección, entonces ahí es donde viene la estrategia y la planificación y la organización de un partido y liderazgo para decir a dónde vamos a ir de 2020 hacia 2025. ¿Qué es lo que vamos a trabajar? ¿Cómo vamos a seguir el desarrollo que está haciendo el UDP ahorita en todos los pueblos? ¿Cómo vamos a mejorar ciertas cosas que estamos haciendo? Y tenemos que aprender de que el proceso de elección y el proceso de gobernación es un proceso continuo. Y en todo tiene que haber un aprendizaje. Uno tiene que aprender de ciertas cosas, ¿no? Si hay ciertas cosas que se necesitan corregir, lo corregimos. Somos seres humanos, son seres humanos. Y las cosas que está haciendo bien y muy bien, como he mencionado de la construcción y todo, en Cayo Basaid, lo que se está construyendo. Por eso estaba hablando de la democracia, de que la democracia en nuestro país ha sido la participación de un voto sagrado. Pero sabemos de que en las elecciones recientes ha sido influencias. Y usted utilizó una palabra de corrupción. Y entonces, ¿cuál es la definición de corrupción? Hay muchas interpretaciones. Es como dicen, un buzzword en política que uno dice, bueno, voy a acusar voy a acusar al otro, pero en fin y al cabo son los hechos de un gobierno para mejorar el país. Por ejemplo, ayer estaba mirando yo en México por la televisión, Manuel López Obrador, que dice, bueno, estoy poniendo tantos millones para educación para todos los niños de México. ¿Ok? Y ahí se reunieron y fue una ceremonia oficial. ¿Usted no cree, señor? Y no solo usted, todos los televidentes y radioescuchas también, que el honorable Patrick Fava, también con el primer ministro, honorable Dimbaro, que es el líder del gabinete, y también llame una proclamación así, mire, desde el 2008 cuando entró el UDP, tantos miles de jóvenes les hemos entregado su asistencia escolar, sus becas, sus asistencias, ¿no? Esa es una forma política. Es una forma política. Son hechos cumplidos y son hechos que se siguen haciendo y son hechos que siguen mejorando. Vamos a ver centros de salud que están construyendo. Bueno, se está haciendo porque educación y salud son importantes. Pero ¿qué sucede en un mundo político? Vemos, bueno, no se hizo eso, pero no damos gracias de lo que se hizo. Y lo que yo estoy diciendo, el partido UDP tiene un libro de hechos, muchos hechos que ha hecho para esta ciudadanía. Cuando sus hijos van a la escuela, por ejemplo, Bauxa San José otra vez, se hizo tantas jaulas allá con el apoyo del honorable Gaspar Vega. Todas las escuelas. Ahí los niños PUP y UDP van. Pero tú has escuchado algún PUP que diga, pues vamos a darle gracias a Don Gapi, el gobierno UDP, al honorable Patrick Fava, al honorable Dimbaro para hacer las jaulas para que vayan nuestros niños en la escuela, para aumentar profesores. Antes de 2008, el gobierno antepasado oposición que dijo, no podemos dar incremento a los profesores porque está fregado la economía. Pero ahora, ¿cuántos incrementos no han conseguido los maestros? Pero se van a quejar porque, no me consultaron acá. Pero si vamos acá y vemos cuántos aumentos han conseguido, ¿ha escuchado lo que diga? Pues vamos a darle gracias por este aumento. ¿Escuchamos eso? No. Pero lo que le estoy diciendo es tiempo de que el UDP comience a decirle a la nación que todos los hechos son. Porque por humildad, a veces, por humildad, hay otro que te toma ventaja. Pero humildad no quiere decir que te vas a dejar. No, uno puede ser humilde, pero llega el tiempo que hay que decir la verdad a la gente, cuáles son los hechos que el UDP ha hecho. Y son muchos, desde el norte hasta el sur del país.
Muchas gracias, Rubén.
Yeah, on that note, Power, need to take a break.
Pero antes que vayamos a la pausa, yo estoy un 100% de acuerdo con Rubén, pero quiero agregarle tantito que es alta ironía de que las personas que primero te llaman y te gritan de corrupción, algunos casos son los que han beneficiado fuertemente. Déjame decirte esto, ¿ok? Han beneficiado fuertemente, pero como ya no pueden sangrar más, están gritando porque ya no pueden conseguir más. Bueno, vamos a la pausa y estamos de vuelta con ustedes luego de estos anuncios.
Rehabilitation project from the Belmont Pond Roundabout Junction to Saboon Bridge and Alta Vista Bridge to Dangriga Town has already made a remarkable difference for commuters and residents alike. These first two phases are a $16.5 million investment by the government of Belize. Under this project, the highway is being rehabilitated through improvement of the road pavement to create a safer environment for the public. Improvements, especially in the areas that pose a high risk to motorists, include the introduction of paved road shoulders, high visibility line markings, reflective road studs, bus laybys, and other features that will bring the entire road segment in line with internationally recognized standards. Additionally, the replacement of the existing single-lane bridges will reduce road user risks. These improvements will increase economic, tourism, and agricultural opportunities, further encouraging the social development of Belize, particularly in the south. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
DJ customers, imagine you and 5 of your friends partying at the highest level, platinum style, at the biggest weekend in Belize. We're talking about tickets to the Belize September Festival Weekend Street Fest featuring Nessa Preppy and Mato and Wyrus and Friends on September the 9th, featuring the long-awaited Sizzla Kalonji.
Thank you, Mama, for the 9 months you shall need through. There's so much going on in the world. Simplicity we used to survive.
Vanessa Bling, Jacka. All you gotta do is text party to 3444 and win this mega package, which includes 6 platinum tickets, 1 private booth, 1 bottled drink of your choice, personal waitress, photographer with visits from the artist. Only $1 per text, so the more you text, the more chances to win this mega package. Promo ends on Wednesday, September the 4th, so remember to text party to 3444 and win.
Here all day of my life.
It's back to school time once again, and the only store to visit for all your back to school needs is A&R Store on Baker Street here in Orange Walk Town. Visit them for the absolute largest assortment of school bags in the country with brands like JanSport, Skechers, Everest, Capsule, and character bags like Mickey and Minnie Mouse, Jojo, Siwa, Unicorn, and so much more. Remember, A&R Store is your one-stop source for all your school supplies like exercise books, folders, sheets, dry eraser boards, foam boards, crayon and coloring books, plus so much more. Plus, they have a wide assortment of housewares including bed sheets, cookware, and garbage containers in all sizes and at the best prices in town. Visit A&R on Baker Street today, now with extended hours to better serve you from 8 a.m. through to 6 p.m. Monday to Saturday. A&R Stores, where prices do make all the different.
Need an escape from your daily schedule? Why not become a tourist in your own country? Discover Western Belize. Transport back in time and be awed by the reminiscences of the Mayan civilization. Be adventurous or spend a day with family and friends enjoying the serenity of the Macau River. Sample a kaya staple or pick up some fresh produce to make your own delicacy. Come visit us in Western Belize. Belize, where you can discover how to be a Belizean traveler.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multipurpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Notice to residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
These sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Shop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longanisa, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Shop, fresh and processed meats.
Ay, qué rico.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. Bienvenidos de vuelta al Sugar City Morning Show. Son exactamente las 8:29. En este último segmento vamos a seguir platicando abiertamente de política y aquí contamos con nosotros con el señor Rubén Campos, ex ministro, ex representante del área, con mucha experiencia y con el beneficio de la experiencia, porque muchas personas tienen experiencia y se olvidan que tienen experiencia. Él tiene el beneficio de la experiencia. Así que, de nuevo, bienvenido al show, Rubén.
Muchas gracias, Emanuel. Muchas
claro
gracias,
que
Chequi.
sí. Y continuamos con la plática. Continuamos con la plática. Yo veo que nosotros aquí en el norte, a nivel de partido, necesitamos una inyección, necesitamos organizarnos mejor. Hay gran cantidad de gente que apoya el partido, están algo decaídos luego de las pérdidas que hemos sufrido, están algo sentidos con el partido y dicen muchas veces, yo no voy a salir a votar más porque se han olvidado de mí. Pero al final del día, compañeros, se nos es difícil votar para el otro partido. Te voy a decir, Frank. Así que muchas veces enrollamos la cola, tragamos la lengua y vamos recto de vuelta, porque es nuestro partido. Y como decían nuestros abuelitos, hay dos cosas que no cambies: tu religión y tu partido. Cambia todo lo demás que tú quieras, pero esas dos cosas nunca lo cambies, porque te vas a meter en problema. Pues considerando eso como una verdad, entonces muchas personas, como dicen, no voy a salir a votar. Bueno, algunos de ellos no salen a votar, pero algunos de ellos los ves de vuelta y les preguntas, ¿qué onda? ¿Qué pasó? Y te dicen, pues es que lo pensé de nuevo y tuve que venir a votar.
Yeah.
Así que existe ese calor, existe esa chispa, que todo lo que tienes que hacer es abanarlo tantito, americarlo tantito y vas a verlo crecer. Nosotros necesitamos organización, necesitamos regrupar, necesitamos un estímulo, una inyección para poder unirnos adelante en lo que tenemos enfrente de nosotros, que es una elección entre 1 año y meses, 5 meses, no sé cuánto, 4 meses, elecciones generales. Si no lo hacemos, difícilmente vamos a ganar, pero si lo hacemos, vamos a poder contar con victoria otra vez. ¿Qué tú opinas?
Bueno, sí, cada elección es una nueva etapa, vamos a ponerlo de esa forma, porque estábamos hablando, por ejemplo, de las elecciones de Concilio Ciudadano, y de, perdimos eso, pero en la política y en la vida, a veces perder es donde ganamos, porque ¿qué sucede? Te da una oportunidad de poder revisar la actitud, carácter y manejo de la oposición, cómo están funcionando, y también reflexionar, como habías mencionado, cuáles son las áreas que tenemos que fortalecer, donde necesita fortalecer, a dónde son las áreas políticamente donde está yendo bien y podemos mejorar, a dónde viene ahora el liderazgo para poder ver esta característica, para poder darle nueva vida a la división y a la gente esa esperanza. ¿A dónde viene? Ahí es donde vienen los cambios, ahí es donde viene, por ejemplo, revisar quién ha trabajado para nosotros. Y cuando digo trabajar para nosotros, no digo qué es lo que me dieron a mí, sino que se hizo para la comunidad. Porque cuando hablamos de gobierno general, hablamos de todo. Y si vemos todos los hechos que desde el UDP, desde 2008 hasta el presente, siguen creciendo, y cada año hay un poco más, porque eso es la estructura políticamente de gobernación, porque nadie se puede hacer todo de un jalón, ¿no? Todos quisieran que, ¿por qué no se hizo esto? Porque ¿el por qué? Hay muchas respuestas, pero hay que tener un plan, como has mencionado, Emanuel aquí. Hay que tener la organización, un plan, la estrategia de trabajar con el pueblo, con la gente, para el pueblo, para la gente, para que haga este mejoramiento. Y ahí es donde viene el liderazgo. Se ha demostrado con el UDP que sí hay crecimiento, sí hay desarrollo, y el UDP, como había mencionado, tenemos que salir y cantar nuestra canción, de demostrar todo lo que se ha hecho, quiénes son los que han beneficiado de ellos, porque como has mencionado, hay unos que han recibido beneficios, pero son callados, y hay que saber cómo es hablarle a la gente para que podamos entendernos, para ir a marchar juntos con el partido UDP hacia la victoria en 2020. Así de que es muy importante para realizar que para una nueva elección se prepara con técnica, estudios y planes para la gente nuevos.
Muy bien, muy bien.
Yeah. So that is how what you mentioned earlier this morning, RC. You have to lose to win. This is a big word, and maybe some people don't realize it because when the village council elections were going on, especially here in the north, the party has been losing many of the areas. But like you say, you have to lose to win.
Yes, and not only that, you say you lost. I mean, but that doesn't mean that the whole area is opposition. I mean, in all the villages that we lost, there are hundreds and hundreds of UDPs. You just need to go back, bring them together, and tell them, look, we live to fight another battle tomorrow. You may lose a war today, so you reorganize, re-strategize, and you go to the war. And next year is the big one.
Yeah,
okay,
well,
big one.
How a representative or area rep RC stays closely in touch with their people in the different constituents?
Well, there are various ways. I mean, right now, the basic fundamental thing is people to people. I go visit you, shake hands with you, go to your house and so on.
I'd like to interrupt right
However,
I'd like to interrupt. We need to ask Tracy to take a punt on that question because she seems to be one person who is vibrant and always in touch with our people. Tracy, if I live in Albert, I vote for you, darling.
Again and again.
Well, if I was there, I would vote for her too. If I was in Albert, she's a dynamic woman. But coming back to that, also what you have technology, and communicating through Facebook, through text, through WhatsApp to let people know what is happening. So I mean, people comment on Facebook, all kind of things, and you have WhatsApp text. So there's technology. You just need to organize, compile, and reach out to people. People want to know that you care for them and you are there for them. And the leader that spends more time with the people, listens more to the people, and works along with the people, eventually is the one that's going to be the leader. Not necessarily one that says, or I talk bad about one or talk about the other, because we can't say anything about one person, another person, but it has been written, it's by how we do things for people that benefit people at the end of the day that will be appreciated. And the United Democratic Party has a track record to stand on to tell Belizeans across this country that we have produced. The United Democratic Party has lived up to its expectations and gone beyond that.
As someone says here, but especially do not forget about the people that really support you and support nuestro partido.
That is absolutely right. Absolutely right. And it has always been said.
I'll ask Mr. Martinez to read it as well because it's in Spanish. I just tried to translate it, ¿no?
Pero especialmente no olvidarse de su gente que realmente han apoyado a nuestro partido. Pues justo, gracias. Sí. Has dicho una bojarada ahí. Porque en realidad a eso me refería.
Eso es donde va la palabra, bojarada ahora. No, lo que dice cuando estás discutiendo hay una palabra.
A mouthful.
No, estoy diciendo, es una palabra nueva que estás creando.
Hay que anotarlo. Bojarada.
Existe. Estamos aclarando el punto.
But with this text that came in...
It's just that you seldom hear the word. Very good.
Yeah. But this text that came in RC, we know for a fact that happens in some areas. Like some of the representatives, they tend to but they move away from them people. And like you mentioned, there's many different forms that you can communicate with the people, but nothing like when you go down and sit down with them. So representative feel or some standard bearer feel that just because you go to somebody's house, you figure they want something for you. But it's not necessarily so.
Well, people want to see you. People want to talk to you. You know, I mean, we are a society of dialogue. You know, and I have always said we agree to disagree and disagree to agree. So I mean, we can be friends and talk. You have your way of saying things and the words you choose. So do I. But that doesn't mean that we don't like each other.
Yes.
Because we learn from each other. Aprendemos uno del otro. And yes, it is important to remember your supporters, and that is where the political party comes in play to make and to ensure that there are programs that will keep your supporters happy and such, you know?
Yeah, because sometimes some people go vote and say,
Boca rada.
Yeah.
Okay.
Aprende una palabra nueva.
Sometimes some people vote in a way just because I say, man, he never gonna see me in my house. I'm in the wait for you come. He never comes, so I vote against him today. Or if you not drop a hand, if you not handle me, then I know I vote for her. But like nothing like what you say, RC, you need to be in touch with your people.
Oh yes, of course. I mean, people can tell you. You see, the voter is the most important person in an election because the candidate needs to be able to listen and work along with the voting public and work for the people. That's what it comes to.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show.
Yeah, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good work, Mr. Patton.
Good morning, Mr. Patton.
Morning, sir.
Well, Guru, me just visit para el diré justo. La persona que visite pa, whether me one of the founders of the NIP, I help Ruben Campos Aragonal for way back. The man 97 years old right now, and not one soul co-visitor. But then again, I don't certified RN, so I could help her.
Yeah, we go.
Let me just say to him that good morning and thank you for making mention of what we call an unsung hero.
Yeah.
You understand? And I consider Mr. Pat an unsung hero because he has worked vociferously, physically, and every way.
His point is that the way to treat an
No. But again, what I'm going to say is exactly what you were mentioning, Chucky. That you need to keep in touch with your people. You need to work along with your people, and that is where the leadership of your political parties come in.
Mm-hmm.
I can recall well. I can speak for myself. When I was a candidate, I thought it best for me to stay close to my people. But each leader has his own plan and strategy. But I would say to all politicians that when you go into a division, remember the people. I mean, that is why you are the leader. You're supposed to follow through and carry through.
Yeah.
You understand? And I really agree with the caller that we need to keep in touch with the people. That's part of the political life.
Yeah, somebody sent a text here, Mr. Martinez, saying that, and alluding to what you are saying, he said UDP has abandoned the people of San Esteban. Look at the ugly road we have since UDP 128 lied that they will pave the road, and up to now, nothing has been done.
Well, I don't think that is addressable to the UDP. But let me tell you that who was in government before the UDP? And how many years was San Esteban voting for a PUP elected representative when I give them nothing? Nothing. And yes, al día de hoy no consiguen nada. ¿Ok? Compañeros, es injusto atacar al UDP que porque no hizo la carretera. ¿Ustedes saben todo el cuento acerca de esa carretera? Que logramos conseguir dinero bajo este gobierno para esa carretera. Pero la Unión Europea decidió cancelar el contrato por X razones, porque había mala administración, ¿no es así? Y había una cantidad de mal manejo, y decidieron entonces cancelar porque habían conseguido al señor Bobby García para hacer esa carretera. ¿Ok? Pero mira, nada más te estoy diciendo, esto es bajo el PUP, nunca sucedió. Ahora tenemos ya planes más tangibles, que tenemos ya acuerdos con otros países, que entre muy poco se va a... Yo sé que me estarás diciendo, es una promesa más, pero mira, el de Sarteneja ya se está volviendo una realidad. Ya se pasó lo que es el papeleo en la Casa de Representantes. El de Progreso hay un interés expresado por un país para costear toda esta carretera, pero las carreteras no se hacen en 6 meses y tampoco se logran conseguir dinero, hacer la revisión, hacer el contrato, todo eso en 6 meses. No puedes. Te pido un poquito de paciencia y sobre todo fe en el partido que vas a ver si te lo va a entregar.
You know, RC likes talking about staying in touch with the people. It takes me back to Cayo Norte, that was represented by the Honorable Salvador Fernandez at that time.
Yes.
That man know how to keep in touch with the people. You know, when he talk to you, it make you feel so good, it pat you up on your shoulder, and, you know, it reminds me of the way you do things. You get things done, and you stay in touch with the people. Like you tell me one time, hey, you go in there and people and tell you what they want to tell you, but all you have to do is to listen to them. And once they don't tell you, then when you go back one next time, you talk to them in a different way.
You must listen to the people. And again, Honorable Michael Finnegan is a great example that he drive border. He said, look, he said, uno may give vex with me. He said, but you see the people in this boundary called Mesopotamia. Mm-hmm. He says, then are my people, and my duty get elected for tend to these people. So if you got your representative from the next area, you go see your representative because he get way ahead. But I went tend to my people. So right. the Honorable Michael Finnegan, again, is a person that has been there ever since, you know, and he has been winning his elections because he keeps and works with his people. So the UDP has examples where we do things. But again, like I said, every election is a new election, and the leadership has a lot to do on how you go and treat people and how you deal with it. That's why you have your organization, your plan, your strategy, and put it into effect.
But sometimes it has to do with the persons that are working around you as well, you know.
Absolutely.
Because look at the Prime Minister constituents. The last time he said he never had time for campaign, but Sister B carried out the work and brought in the victory.
Well, it's a team.
Right?
You know, Sister B, who's going to be the candidate for Queen Square now, you know, she works with a team. It's not only, there's a huge organization that is put together. That's why I'm saying politics is a people-to-people thing.
Right.
And you need people who want to work. First of all, work. People who
loyal.
Are workers and loyal, get things done. And that is how you do things. You know, I can wish for something happen, or I can make it happen. See? So, I mean, we need to be a make it happen team.
Yeah, if you are a standard bearer, RC, are you here that hay una familia que está rompiendo este y el otro y quiere hablar con usted? Should a representative or a standard bearer feel fair to go and see these people?
Of course, you go talk to people. Of course, we learn by listening. Let me tell you this, a lot of students go to class, and some like the teacher, and some not like the teacher.
Yep.
At the end of the day, the two of them end up learning, because the teacher might be wondering, why is it that only so many people pass my class, and why some repeat? Does it have to do with them, or does it have to do with me? But there is a congeniality where we listen, we learn, and the teacher teaches. Mm-hmm. You know, and the student says, well, I don't like the teacher, but if you want to pass the subject, you must be there.
Yes.
So it's an understanding that you do, a human nature thing, that we talk to people, that we learn from people. People tell you all sorts of things. But one thing I know, well, I'm talking about me individually. I know that if God loves me and He keeps me alive every day, what you say about me, I put no interest there. I will do the best I can with what I have, with who I am, and I will be as kind to you, and I expect you to be as kind to me. And if you don't like, those who like me will like me the way I am, and those who don't like me will not like me the way I am because of the individualism.
But you still like them.
I still like them, but at the end of the day, you have to be who you are, you know, so that people can see, look, man, I have a worker, and I think I need to employ this worker to get the job done.
Yeah.
You know, and politics is the same way.
Well, how is the party looking in Corozal, RC?
It's looking good, very good, very good. I mean, you know, there is always ways. I mean, you look at Tony Herrera. I mean, got Chonosh, Capabang, Progreso, you know, all these villages that he's a first-time person that go there winning elections. Mm-hmm. People, you know, he's He like walk, he like visit people on friendly boy. And when he reached out, he said, "Boy, para tu sabes que yo soy pipi." He said, "You no te vine a ver porque eres pipi. Te vine a ver porque eres un votante y tú vives acá y es lo que quiero hacer y quiero que trabajes conmigo." And he's gaining strength. But even the people are saying, "You know what? Yeah, but we need somebody like this long time."
Okay.
He said, because, we have never won. I've been in government, and now Tony Rivera is doing great. There are many things happening in all the communities in Corozal. But so the party is there. And again, like I'm saying, we need to put things in order for 2020.
Yeah, I understand that the Honorable Hugo Pat is doing well as well, no?
Well, he comes from Pachacan village, and
he lives in the area too, right?
He lives in the area, just like when I used to live at Trial Farm, a village boy, man, and I have always have a love for village people. No, but when you talk about the Honorable Hugo Pat, man, he go village to village, man. He not spend so much time in Belmopan, I remember one time he said the only person Belmopan elect, the Mr. Belail, the mayor, and John Saldiva, said we go work there, but the people will vote for me in my constituency. So he goes there to do his work, but he's with his people all the time. He's a cane farmer, so he knows about cane, he knows about the roads, and that's exactly what it takes. The Honorable Hugo Pat is one of the, to me, in my mind, one of those young UDP candidates, ministers, who has come a long way because he is a learning person and he's very dynamic and loved in his constituency.
And I'm going to go further and tell you that we will see a lot more of Hugo Pat in the very near future.
Yeah.
That's I'd like to see him in the upper echelons of the party. I'd like to see him. I'm afraid, I'd like to see him as part representing the North in the position of deputy party leader for the North.
Yeah,
that's where I would like to see.
Well, I'm saying he's capable. He's suitable and such. But until October 25th, to see who applies, that's where we go. But individually, as a representative, a candidate for Corozal North, I had the opportunity to work with him over the past few months, and I will tell you that is one man that is organized. He listens. He got a ton of patience. You might see it. He got a ton of patience because he was looking and studied the case and said, look what, after listening, this is the best approach. Okay, let's do it. And when you go say, Honorable Hugo Pat there, he got a t-shirt and a short pants and a cha-cha-cha, he right up there, just like Campesino, When he goes to Belmopan, when he come home, he's a village boy, and he's a down-to-earth, hard-working person, and he does his damnedest to take care of his constituent.
Does that make you a good politician? Huh? Does that make a person a good politician?
Once you reach out to your people, be with your people, convivir con tu gente, trabajar con tu gente, ayudar a tu gente, that's basically what people look for.
RC, well, your closing remarks for today. We know we got this big convention coming up on Sunday, and definitely we would like to have you back sometime next week.
Well, thank you and Emmanuel for the invitation. It's always a pleasure to be here to discuss issues. We agree to disagree and disagree to agree. But my message to everyone this morning, first of all, let us thank God, that He gave us this brand new day, and that we are to do the best every day. And not because someone is different or thinks different from us, we should be upset with them or show them another way. Leadership, for example, leadership means that you make every effort to unite your people, bring your people together, and do what is best for your community. When you go contrary to that, you create disturbance, which is not successful. Let me just tell you that the United Democratic Party is strong, getting stronger every day, and continues to work for this nation in a way that has never been worked before. And I urge you to look at the records of the political parties, and at the end of the day, if we're honest to ourselves, we'll see that the United Democratic Party, under the leadership of the Right Honorable Dean Barrow, has made a difference in Belize. And let us continue, and we need to revitalize politically, but most important, we need to pray to God where the source of power comes to bless our nation and our people, because working together, we will accomplish much, much more. So with that, have a beautiful day. God bless you. Hasta la próxima.
Before you go, en español.
Bueno, solo quiero decir de que el Partido Unido y Democrático UDP ha estado trabajando para la gente y con la gente, ha cumplido mucho de los hechos, hay mucho más que hacer y le damos gracias con el liderazgo del muy honorable Dean Barrow y el gabinete que sigue trabajando día tras día. La formación y la fuerza del partido sigue, estamos preparados para la elección del 2020, va a seguir trabajando y sabemos que los hechos siguen siendo demostrando día tras día y va a haber mucho más en los días adelante. Así les pido, como UDP, vamos a mantenernos muy fuertes. Pero aparte de eso, mayormente, hay que darle gracias a Dios, donde viene todo el poder para cada uno de nosotros y vamos a rezar, orar para la unidad de nuestra nación y nuestro pueblo y también para nuestros líderes para que podamos tener un mejor Belice. Con eso les doy gracias a todos, Emmanuel.
Muchas gracias.
Es mi placer.
Muchas
gracias.
Good show this morning.
Feliz día a todos ustedes.
Primero Dios, mañana vamos a tener personal de banquitas hablando acerca de banquitas de Yucatec Maya Association. Corrección, Yucatec Maya. Y van a tener una presentación aquí mañana desde las 7:15 hasta aproximadamente las 8:30, 9 de la mañana. Así que, por favor, no dejen de vernos. Mañana es un show bastante interesante. Pero por el día de hoy, de nuevo las gracias al señor Rubén Campos, de nuevo las gracias al equipo de producción, a Rahim y también al señor Checky Usher. Pero importantemente, a ustedes, nuestra audiencia, que pues por ustedes es que se hace todo este esfuerzo de estar aquí todos los días con distintos presentadores y hablando acerca de temas de interés. Así que muchas gracias por la participación, por simplemente escucharnos y permitirnos entrar hasta lo más íntimo de sus hogares. Se lo agradecemos extensamente y quiero decirles que este show repite a las 9 de la noche hoy, pero primero Dios, si nos da vida, estaremos de vuelta aquí mañana a la misma hora. Así que ya son casi las 9 de la mañana. Mi nombre es Emmanuel.
And I'm Robert Checky Usher. I want to encourage persons to continue to register because registration is on. And from now until Friday, if you want to transfer your vote to a different area, you have up until Friday to do it. And keep on register because if you're not registered, then you will not be able to vote when elections come around. So keep on registering. We have 2 registration offices here in Orange Walk. We have one in Ochobenque, which is for Orange Walk North and Orange Walk Central, and the one by the, that's on, what street is that?
Orange Walk Central and the North, and the one on Santa Ana Street.
Yeah,
Santa Ana.
That's for
East and South.
East and South. So keep on registering. If you are registered in an area where you do not live and you want to transfer your vote, you have up until this Friday because transfers are done in July and August. Have yourself a wonderful day. Reminding you all, we got the news coming up today at 6:30 right here, Channel 7 News. Also, the Children's Parade is originally set for the 13th. On the national program, it says the 20th, but in Orange Walk here, it will be on the 13th. That's for the Children's Rally. So, RC1, thanks once again.
Thank you
Mr.
for the
Martinez,
invitation.
muchas gracias. And if the good Lord so will, we will be back tomorrow. Thank you very much, Rahim.
Hasta luego. Se cuidan mucho. Como siempre digo al terminar el show, si no pueden hacer un bien, no hagan un mal. Nos vemos.
Sugar City Morning Show.